hard to make this a reality. Thank you everyone. And we truly hope this will be a great experience for each one of you. Last but not the least, I would request that there are feedback QR codes available. Please do share your feedback. It's extremely important for us if we have to improve further. And again, no feedback forms are shared. We don't want to use paper for this. There are QR codes you can scan, you can send them. We would like your feedback. Please do share that. With that, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thanks. Yes, thanks a lot, sir. So he did the job very well, welcoming you all. And I think now it's my duty to welcome him to this gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, let us welcome Mr. Srikanth Srinivasan, the VP of NASCOM, to this gathering out here in Kochi. Big round of applause to you, sir. And, you know, as he told, we're going to have a very edifying session out here. And I'm very sure that everybody out here, we have stepped forward or all set forward for the edifying sessions which are going to happen here. And with no delay, moving on to it, we have the very first session, Future of Tech Opportunities for IT in Current Global Scenarios. So we know that the impact or the evolution of the technology in the industry has been very drastic over the years. And that has created an impact in all the industries out and around. And this has brought in a lot of opportunities, not just everywhere, but largely in the IT industry. To speak about this, to discuss on the future of tech and the opportunities for organizations in the current global scenario, let me invite, with a lot of respect, Mr. Krishna Sudheendra, the CEO of UST, with a big round of applause. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be speaking here at NASCOM. I firmly believe that there is a tectonic shift that's happening in IT. And I'll probably share some of my perspectives today. Thank you, Srikanth, for that introduction. And glad to be here in Kochi, lovely weather, and once again, welcome to NASCOM. So 3 years back, we were all in the IT industry. We saw what the pandemic started doing. We thought it's definitely gloom and doom. You know, we thought the lockdown is going to go away in a couple of weeks, but it just lasted and lasted. So we had bench, we had significant difficulties in generating the demand. But that tide started turning very quickly. The headwinds started becoming tailwinds. And ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the whole IT industry, technology industry across the globe really went to new heights. Every company growing 15, 20, 25, 30%. That's what we witnessed. But however, just about 6 months back, starting with the stock market crash, then the war started. Then everyone started speaking about inflation. What's happening? So it's uncertainty all around that we started seeing. So how do we navigate in this environment? There is war, and what more? There is a lot more confusion all around. But IT industry has been there. Indian technology industry has been there way back in the same situation in year 2000, 2001, in year 2000, 2009, 2010. So what are some of the industry analysts saying about this inflation? Well, let me tell you, nobody has a perfect answer. Many even don't know whether are we going through inflation or whether it's stagflation or it's recession. If you ask different banks, you ask Citibank, they say there's a 50% chance of inflation or recession. If you ask Deutsche Bank, they have another number. So nobody is able to put their finger and say, okay, this is how. There is no crystal ball to figure out what's happening in the industry. And if you ask again, what is the growth rate? It's not great in developed countries, but they're saying it's high inflation. So some folks are beginning to say there might be stagflation. There is low growth and high inflation leading to stagflation. All that is happening. Again, in the tech industry across the globe, we have already started by Twitter, and which you have heard the story all around. we have Intel, we have Facebook, Meta, all of these companies already offloading talent. So is there threat to technology? Is there threat to technology spend? And if you ask Gartner, on the other hand, Gartner is saying, no, no, no. IT industry in India is going to be safe. So if you see here, Gartner is saying, no problem. IT industry is going to survive through this. So what's really happening? I have a philosophy, this is something which is proved by the trends. So if you see, this story is all repeated in the past as well. So if you look at 1999, we had a high in terms of Y2K. Then come in 2001, we had this whole dot-com bust. The IT industry reinvented itself. Offshoring was born. And that's where the charts really took off. Again, 2008-9 mortgage crisis, everyone said, okay, it's going to be gloom and doom. The IT industry came up with managed services and really changed the tide. So these inflection points are common, and I firmly believe that we have a chance to take the next leap. What is that next leap that I am talking about? I think the Indian IT tech industry is really poised to provide end-to-end business solutions to the customers, not just technology solutions, but end-to-end business solution to the customers. Let me prove my point. So one thing that has been unprecedented for us in the industry is COVID. The whole pandemic that hit us. That has brought about 5 strong trends that we see in the industry. What are those trends? Number 1, customers want to engage digitally. This is the customers. Our customer want to engage digitally. If you look at the Gen Z, they are only on their phones. They don't want to connect through brick and mortar. They don't want to shop something going to a store. They want to be able to do it on Facebook or different means as possible. So customers want to engage digitally. Digital is here to stay. In fact, digital is going to determine how your customer satisfaction, your customer engagement is going to be. If you look at just healthcare, which is one of the very traditional industry, you would always want to go to a doctor, get consulted, and figure out what's happening. But thanks to the pandemic, there's 11 times increase in virtual consultation. That's how digital it has become. If you look at UPI, I'm sure every one of us know, you want to buy a tender coconut or you want to buy a car, you can use your UPI today. That's where technology has taken us. So spending on technology has really become inevitable. What's the second trend that we are seeing? Massive disruption in supply chain. Even today, whether it's grocery or high-end fashion, there is still a lot of disruption in supply chain. Supply chain, not just in terms of material, but in terms of talent and resources, there is massive shortage, and supply chain is still not fixed. How do you fix it? Using technology. And then, if you look at all of the customers and customer satisfaction index, all goes to being digital, everyone being connected digitally. There was a study that was done which says 55% of the customers want to connect digitally, not through traditional channels. So spend in technology is inevitable. What's the next trend? Everyone is getting into everyone's business. If you know, Amazon just acquired a provider or a hospital. So Amazon is getting into healthcare. So what does it mean? Everyone is getting into everybody's business, and the biggest differentiator is technology. With the advent of UPI, I can tell you, my friends, I have not used my credit card in the last 2 years. Everywhere I just go with my phone, beep, and it's done. So credit card business is totally disrupted because of technology like UPI. So traditional industries are getting disrupted, technology is ruling the roost. As I said, technology has become the common differentiator. What's the other trend? while technology spend is there, everyone wants to spend on technology, the cost of technology is going up. What do I mean by that? The cost of people going up. I mean, we have seen, all of us have seen how the cost of resources have increased across the globe. Inflation in talent is hitting all of us around. So the cost of technology going up significantly. Then there is also the cost of cloud. So today everything is going on cloud. We are all very happy. But the cost of cloud is significantly going up. And almost 50% of the companies are saying that they are unable to manage this cost because it's hitting their bottom line. It's no longer a capex that is sitting in a data center. It's really hitting your bottom line, company's bottom line day in and day out. So the cost of cloud significantly going up. And even, many companies have built data centers, data lakes. Nobody is using them, no insights coming out of them. All of this becoming sunk investments. So cost of technology significantly going up is another trend we are seeing. Last but not the least, availability of talent. If you ask companies, this is the single biggest challenge. Till date, if they want to do a new project, they don't have talent. They have to go and find talent, and it's very hard to find skilled talent. And all the numbers show and speak to that. So if I really summarize it, all the 5 trends is really 3 themes that are emerging. One, it's inevitable to spend money on technology. For the companies to survive, thrive, and be there for next 5 years, they need to spend money on technology. Whether it's somebody else getting into their business, or whether to fix their supply chain, or to reach their customers better, they have to spend money on technology. However, the cost of technology going up and lack of resources. That is where I feel, ladies and gentlemen, India has the unique advantage. Indian IT has the unique advantage to fix this puzzle. How do you help customers spend money on technology, reduce the cost of technology, find the right talent? India is really poised to have the talent. And if you see, there are about 15 lakh engineers, 1.5 million engineers graduating every year. That's a talent pool that we have as a country. How can we take this talent pool and really turn them into skilled people? And more importantly, the other thing that has happened in India is the ecosystem. The universities, the startups. We have more than 60,000 startups that have come up in the last 2 to 3 years. Now, what do startups bring? Innovation. So it's not just about people, it's really the innovation that you can bring to the table to solve some of the problems, whether it's supply chain, whether it's technology, whether it's doing things better, whether reaching your customers better, you need innovation. And now, more than ever, India has created the ecosystem of startups and universities where you can do massive innovation. And more importantly, a lot of, again, thanks to the virtual learning, a lot of ways to skill people virtually, it doesn't have to be a classroom session, have come up in the last 2 to 3 years. So we can really tap into the ecosystem, find the best innovation, find the right people, upskill them, and we have the talent pool to do that. No other country on this planet has this ability, and India is uniquely positioned. So what else we need to do? The other important thing is, we know technology, we know where is the wastage in technology, and we need to take out the waste in technology. So what is that I'm talking about? The first main thing is, as you know, many companies have spent millions and millions of dollars, put all their data into data lakes. All of that, I can tell you 98% of this data is still sitting in those data lakes. Nobody is able to monetize this data. It's complete waste of money. Now, how do we figure out a way to extract insights from this data? And this is innovative work, which we need to undertake. How do we create insights out of this data to solve business problems? If we can solve this puzzle, we have the project, we have the demand that's coming in front of us. Second, cloud. Again, the common thing is, if you ask a software engineer in the cloud world, what is that you need to be provisioned to develop this software. I can guarantee you, you will get the best configuration that is available. He or she wants that configuration. Now that costs money. So you don't have to give that kind of provisioning of system to develop a software. Now, but in the cloud world, that's happening. Now, second thing, he or she is working on a project in cloud, they move on, get to another project. What happens? That provision is sitting right there. It's incurring money. It's costing you money every single day. How do we remove this wastage? So there are multiple ways to take out wastage. The other aspect is we keep, any new project that comes in is a brand new project. We keep building and rebuilding it again and again. We don't leverage the code that has already been created. There's hardly any reuse in the industry. How do we capture this reuse? I can tell you 50% of what we do can be reused, and we have seen it from experience. So if we can help our customers to really reduce their cloud costs, bring insights into their data, reuse the code, we can actually build, and Shrikant just talked about sustainability. We can really bring sustainability into our software manufacturing or software development process itself and reduce so much of waste. And what will all this mean? Which means money in the pocket of the customer who is spending. So they need to spend money on technology. If you can find the money for him or her to spend money on technology using and leveraging what is already spent, I think that's a big win. So this is where we need to look at the business problem of the customer and come up with not just, hey, this is the project I'll execute for you. Help him or her find the money to deliver the project and deliver the project end to end. Not just technology, but solving the business problem using innovation. I think this is the biggest tectonic opportunity for the Indian IT services industry. If we can crack this code, if we can go down this path, find the money, look at the business problem, solve the problem for the customer end to end from design, not another company doing consulting and us implementing technology. Doing the design, solving the problem using innovation end to end, that can be a game changer for us. And you don't have to do everything yourself. Leverage the ecosystem, leverage the universities. There's already so much research happening. There's already so many startups solving many of these problems. We just have to leverage and move into that. Make innovation the way in all of our solutions, because when we are solving end-to-end, we need to be very, very innovative. And I already talked about sustainability, creating a sustainable environment in terms of software development. So with these enablers, again, summarizing what I said, customers need to spend money on technology. There is a lot of money that's already hidden. How do we unleash it? How do we take it out and help the customers with the talent we have in India deliver end-to-end projects for our customers? That will be a tectonic shift. That will be the disruption which will help us through this inflection point that we are seeing in 2022. I think with that, I rest my case. I feel very strongly that India is absolutely poised to take this inflection point and really have another growth curve going to the next level. And the future for the next 10 years is very bright for IT industry, especially for Indian tech companies. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Any questions? Please feel free. Thank you.